Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Joe here from Odyssey Off-Road. What I'm looking at here, as you can see, is my brother's Honda Talon X4 Live Valve Edition. All right, so this is the 2020 model. Prior to 2021, the only model you can get with the live valve shocks from Honda is this one right here. In 2021, they have now added live valve options for the two-seaters in R and X models, I believe. So this is the X4, 64 inches wide. As you can see, he's got a couple things done to it already, so I'm not going to bore you with all the details of this machine, as you probably have seen other videos on YouTube already with that. But we'll just do a quick run around, show you some of the mods he has, and my impressions on it, and we'll go from there. So starting in the back here, you can see not too much. He's got a Tusk off-road bag back there, but I know his plans, future mods, are the Honda trunk. So that'll be much better storage, obviously, without a tailgate being on these. And then he's obviously, you can see, we've got the tires and wheels on it. Tusk Terabytes in 32 inches. These are 32-inch Tusk Terabytes with 15-inch Tusk beadlock wheels. All right, you get a closer look at those. Very nice wheel and tire combination. These tires are great. I have also them on my machine if you've seen the other videos on the channel. Great tires, handle pretty much everything you throw at them, and they wear extremely well, last forever. So in the back here, on these Honda Talons, they actually have, surprises me for Honda, but they actually have a lot of spots where dirt and water can come into the cab. So especially behind, or I should say in front of the shocks, there's a hole right there. So Mudbuster makes these inserts, which he has installed, that prevents a lot of the debris and dust and mud from getting slung into the cab behind the rear passengers. All right. As you can see, the live valve shocks here. There's no manual adjuster, it's all electronic. That's how it looks, in case nobody's familiar with that. See what else has he got. The roof that comes on these machines from the factory, which is nice that Honda offers that, giving you the roof. You do pay a good amount for these machines, so it's nice they throw in a roof. I wish other manufacturers did the same thing. He's got the OEM Honda half windshield. It's more like a quarter windshield, really. But you can see that's pretty unique for the Hondas with all these hood lines, the way they've shaped it. And it's not like the Can-Am ones, OEM ones, with the contoured quarter windshields, which make it really tough to see out of because it distorts your view. These are just nice, sharp 90-degree angles, so the visibility's spot on. Seismic mirrors. These are the aluminum ones. I think that's the Strike Edition seismic mirrors. Also, great mod. These are lifetime warranty if anybody's looking for seismic mirrors. All their mirrors are lifetime warranty. I have the plastic ones, which I think are the Pursuit mirrors on my Maverick, which I can't stand because they don't stay where you put them. There's kind of like a ball and socket, whereas these, you can see, if you adjust it, it locks in. Okay. And so if it gets knocked out, hit by a branch, throw it right back there. It doesn't move, and you can actually move the mirror on the inside of the frame, same as a car. So a great mirror, lifetime guarantee. You can smash that thing into a tree, send it back to Seismic, they'll send you a new one. No questions asked. Just save the original box is what I do. Lower doors, OEM as well. Those are Honda OEM lower doors. Great lower doors, no rattling. They're not loose. You can see nothing moves. Really solid. You know how it is with the aftermarket lower doors on most models. To me, they're garbage. So get the OEMs if you're going to get lower doors. All right, so also what he has here is seismic. I showed you the side mirrors. He ordered the seismic. It's not installed yet, but this is a seismic reverse mirror. You know, the one that would go hanging from the roof there. Looks like a real nice piece. It's the first time I've seen it. He just pointed that out to me earlier. That he hasn't installed yet. I almost forgot about it. But that actually looks like a real nice piece. I'm curious if they make them for all models or if this is universal. So that'd be something to look into. Nice mirror there. So as you can see, color scheme on this thing's pretty nice. I'm a big fan of gray and orange. It's not for everybody, but I like it myself. So I showed you the Mudbusters, showed you the tires and wheels, Here's your lower doors, windshield, and mirrors. That's pretty much all he's got done for mods. So we'll walk you through the interior. You guys probably seen some of these before on some of the other videos on YouTube. But for those of you who don't know, paddle shifters here. Paddle shifters work in automatic or manual mode. So for example, if you're in automatic and you want to downshift going into a corner, you can drop it down a gear, and then the transmission will continue taking over in automatic mode. It will not lock into that gear, but you can drop down or upshift if you feel it's in the wrong gear at the wrong time. So with that being said, these are the three modes. You have sport mode, that's for the automatic transmission mode, and then you have automatic transmission mode standard. You hit this top again, you'll go in full manual mode. That means you're shifting, upshifting and downshifting. There is no clutch like in the Yamahas. It's the dual sport clutch. When you touch the paddles, it shifts. It automatically senses, engages the clutch instantly, and shifts it. I like four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive. Launch mode, which was exclusive to this vehicle up until 2021. 2021s also now have launch mode and live valve in their two-seater models. For 2021, that is new for the two-seaters. Before that, if you want to get a 2020, only this X4 live valve had the launch mode. All right, that's a hill start assist. So if you're riding with a few buddies, you're behind somebody, climbing a hill, and you got to stop. When you know how it is when you let the foot off the brake, especially with some of the CVT transmissions, you start rolling backwards. While you're sitting there, you hit this button. It gives you 10 to 15 seconds, I believe, where it'll hold you there while you're transitioning your foot from your brake to your gas, so you don't got to drive with 2 feet. Really nice feature as well. So Honda's thought of a lot of stuff. Some cool things here. Interior's clean, obviously well thought out in my opinion. Not a Honda fanboy at all. I'm a lover of all side-by-sides, and I appreciate all the models. The only thing I do have a complaint about with this machine is where the gauges are. Everybody is transitioned from the center mount gauges to in front of the steering wheel. Why Honda, on their first attempt, went with how Polaris started it all in the center of the vehicle, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's not like you're far away from it, and it's not a bad viewing angle, to be honest with you, but it would make more sense to have it in front of you. I know there's somebody that makes a relocation kit that puts the gauges from there to in front of you on the steering column. I've seen it. I'm not really a fan of how it's finished. I think you'd have to do a little more to finish it off to make it look factory. It leaves a little bit to be desired. It looks a little cheap, in my opinion, from what I've seen. But maybe what I saw wasn't installed properly as well. That could be the case. He's also got some Honda storage bags up top here on the roof, which are nice. You can open them up. Keep some stuff in there. He's got his garage door opener and a few other goodies. They're water resistant, not waterproof. So if you're going to drown them, obviously stuff's going to get wet. But being up this high, if you got water up that high, then likely you're underwater yourself. So you got bigger problems. So that's about it for the machine. Super comfortable seats, nice stitching. Everything's well thought out. Nice, super nice durable material. It's almost like a rubbery material. It's not as soft and flimsy as the material used on the seats on the Honda and the Can-Am. It's much thicker here in the center. Sides are a little thinner, but good quality material. You get a nice leg room in the back. Not the same amount of leg room I have in my Maverick Sport Max, I got to be honest. I think the leg room in my Can-Am in the back seat is much better than this machine, although these are very comfortable and it's not a problem. I am not a tall guy, but I'll show you. I'm 5'8", so getting in, as you can see, 5'8". I got plenty of room, okay, for my feet. If you had gigantic feet, I think you might have an issue. You kind of got to stick your feet under the bars here in the back. I'm a size 9, so and that's pretty much just about under the front bar, the bars in front of you. So there's not a lot of footwell room back here, which is what I was saying. I think there's more room in the back seat of my Can-Am, but it is comfortable nonetheless. There's plenty of room underneath if you have bigger feet. It's just getting out might be a little awkward with hitting your foot on the bar. So those are really the only thing I can say is a drawback to the machine. That and the placement of the air filter, which is a big complaint for the Honda Talon owners, because it draws its air rather than from these vents here on the side where most of the machines have, and with the frog skin on it. It draws its air from underneath here You can't really see it, the intake, but it's underneath. So it's just sucking up dusty air constantly. So, I mean, in about 120 miles, his air filter was filthy. That could be obviously quite expensive. So I know R2C just came out with a cleanable air filter for it, so that should alleviate a lot of that problem. And some people are snorkeling them and then also putting a pre-filter on it, which helps as well. But other than the foot room in the back seat, the placement of the gauges, and the way that air filter intake is, I think it's a great machine. Those are the only drawbacks I see. There are some people complaining about blowing up low gear in the transmissions on these pretty regularly on the Facebook pages for the Honda Talons. I don't know how common of an issue it is. You know how it is with that. A lot of people that you hear about having issues are the only ones talking about it. So it seems to be a more common issue, or sounds to be, than it really is sometimes. So you take that with a grain of salt. Do your research if you look at buying machines. But Honda's been warranty the people who've had issues with the transmission, so I don't think you'll have an issue. Obviously, it's a first-year model, so there's going to be a few bugs to work out. All in all, great machine. Drives really well. Handles the 32s extremely well, in my opinion. If it was my machine personally, I'd probably just go with 30s. This way, it's somewhere in between. They have pretty good ground clearance from the factory, so I think the 32s are good, but I'd probably go with 30s if it was my machine. My brother's extremely happy with the 32s. So that's about it, guys. That's all the mods we have here. We'll do an updated one in the future when he gets more miles put on it, just as a kind of a review. Let you know if there's been any problems or issues with it. I think he's got about less than 200 miles on it, so hasn't put a ton of miles on it yet. No issues yet. We'll do, 1,000 or 1,500 mile review on this machine in the months to come. And if there's any issues, we'll be honest and let you know about them. All right. Like, share, and subscribe, please. It really helps me out a lot. I appreciate everybody who subscribed already and liked the videos and share them. I enjoy doing these, so keep liking them, keep commenting, keep subscribing, and I'll keep making them. All right, guys. Have a good one. Ride safe out there. Take care. Bye-bye.